Oh geez, Mom, I could really go for a grilled cheese right now. Sure, sweetie, I'll get started on the bread. No, Mom, I don't think I'm really hungry, like right now. Yeah, no, the bread will only take a few hours. Don't worry, sweetie, I'll make it fresh. Okay. I'm just taking the bread out of the oven now, sweetie. Yes, oh my God, thank you so much. I'm starving. And now I'll start on the cheese. Nara Smith, the perfect housewife and mother, famously known for making everything from scratch, like literally everything. Like I'm talking toothpaste, gum, sunscreen, you name it, she makes it from scratch. I decided to investigate a little deeper to see just how long these recipes take to make and whether or not this is feasible for a stay-at-home mum to be making for her hungry and growing family. To celebrate her husband's birthday coming up, she obviously makes him a whole entire meal from scratch, and it's more than you would imagine. She starts by making mozzarella, which, to be honest, is much faster than I initially thought. I had a quick Google and apparently it takes like 30 minutes to make mozzarella from milk. So, not bad actually, I might try that myself. She then gets into the focaccia, okay, which is like this bread. You know what focaccia is. Anyway, and she just lightly throws in there that she has been working on this dough, or like, this dough has been fermenting for the last 4 hours. There's that. And then she proceeds to, I don't know, to put it all in a pan and bakes it for an hour. So we're talking 5 hours on this piece of bread. That's fine, I guess. She then proceeds to not only making the mozzarella and the focaccia by scratch, she then proceeds to make pasta from scratch with blue eggs. So there you go. So then she ends up putting it all together and she's made her husband a lovely birthday dinner with everything made from scratch. The thing that I'm really surprised about is, okay, could a normal housewife do this? Probably. Like, this one is not the worst one that I've seen. And also, she's not limiting herself to saying, oh, my husband's hungry, I gotta make him some food. Thankfully, she got started early on this one, so he's not gonna starve by the time she brings the plate to him, you know? But I just can't imagine her cooking in this outfit for the past 6 to 7 hours, still wearing the same dress. By the end of the cooking, my dress would smell like, you don't even want to know what it would smell like, actually. You would no longer have an appetite. 7 hours, that's a day at work. And imagine if you gotta run after kids as well. We then get into her hungry children. Her kids request items that other kids would normally eat, like cornflakes and crackers and things like that. But she says, yes, my kids asked for this today. Did I buy it? No. I'm gonna make it from scratch. This morning her kids asked for cornflakes. She doesn't have cornflakes on hand, but she can make cornflakes, and make cornflakes she did. She made about 10 pieces of cornflake for her 2 kids. So I hope she didn't feel like cornflakes after this, because there's not very many to go around. But to be honest, this one didn't take that long. This is a very feasible recipe. Clearly the kids may not have starved to death because it didn't take that long. I just hope they weren't too hungry, that's all. How bad are cornflakes anyway? I thought cornflakes are kind of healthy. Maybe that's why Nara Smith looks like that and I look like... Wait, something stinks like shit. What the fuck is that? Oh, it's your asshole. I can smell it. It's because you need to like the video. If you don't like it, then your bum, it really smells like, ooh, really badly. So quick, just like it. Oh, thank God. That's so much better. What a relief. I got you, girl. I got you, girl. Just make sure you like the video and you won't have that problem again, okay? It's all right. You live and you learn. Like many of us, Nara's husband craves Snickers bars. And obviously, he must crave them a lot because when you're in a house, you know, where your wife only makes everything from scratch and leaves out all the tasty things like preservatives and food colorings and artificial flavors, I can imagine why you're craving Snickers bars, because god damn it, she's just like, she's taking all the fun out of everything, okay? Let's be honest. Anyway, she realizes her husband's craving Snickers bars and she goes, you know what? Fuck you and fuck them kids. I'm making a fucking Snickers bar from scratch and you're gonna eat it, motherfucker. So that's what she does. She makes it from scratch and I'm sure it's delicious. But he didn't ask for this. kudos to you for making it from scratch though. It's just, was there a need for this and is this feasible? I'm gonna say no. I kid you not, Cetaphil, the skincare brand, commented on this video saying, genuine question, where do you get the energy? It's called babysitters and having a lot of money so you don't have to go to work. This is where it starts getting a bit silly. Her kids felt like yogurt for breakfast and she realized she was running low on the yogurt. Her kids are hungry. Her kids are really hungry. Breakfast time, want some yogurt. She proceeds to start by making granola from scratch, which is not unheard of. I know granola is pretty easy to make and that's very fine, just chuck it in the oven sort of thing. She proceeds to make yogurt kind of from scratch. She uses some leftover yogurt to make the yogurt, I guess the culture and stuff. Then she says, you've got to leave the yogurt to sit for a few hours. And all I can think about are her kids saying, Mom, are we having breakfast soon? Has the yogurt finished? Is it coming soon? Or it's about to be lunchtime, Mum, how's that yogurt going? Sorry, I just watched the end of the video. Sorry, she actually proceeds to say you've got to let it sit for at least 6 hours up to overnight to let it like yogify. Which it's nighttime now. Your kids don't want breakfast. They need to go to hospital. Your kids need a nutritional like drip in their arm now. They have now expired. They're very hungry. But look, maybe the kids are eating, like maybe they've got other things to eat, to be honest, like this peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I'm sure, like she must have a few of these on hand, you know? Your daughter wakes up. She says, Mum, can I please have a PB&J? Stat. Mum says, of course, sweetie. I'll whip that up for you immediately. She gets started on the bread. I kid you not, she's just told us that the bread has taken 3 hours to rise. We haven't even cooked it yet. It's taken 3 hours from conception to being placed in the oven. We're looking at 3 hours. And then it needs to bake, right? And in the meantime, she's made peanut butter from scratch and she's made jam from scratch. So we're looking at like a good, like at least 3.5 hours if you're really efficient. I'm thinking more like 4 for the normal person. So if her kid woke up at like, what, 7 a.m., we're looking at like 11? It's like it's lunchtime. It's about to be lunchtime. So do I think this is feasible for the everyday person? Not at all. Not at all. This is for show. This is definitely content. And during these cooking processes, she never changes her clothes. Like she wears these extravagant outfits and she wears them from beginning to end. And sometimes these things can take several hours. I don't know about you, but like I get very smelly under the armpits when I'm cooking. It's very stressful. But I guess, you know, because I've got places to be. I've got a job. I guess that's the difference between her and I. We don't have much in common, do we? No. Look, it's the moment you've all been waiting for. Obviously, I did have to put this to practice as myself, a stay-at-home mum. I did narify myself for one of my children's meals. Here is my story. Enjoy. My cats have been craving roast duck for dinner recently. I didn't have any tinned duck left, so I decided to make it myself. I started with catching the freshest duck from my backyard. Once I took it inside, I prepared it for the oven and cooked it for only 2 to 5 hours. I removed it from the oven once the skin was golden brown. My cats would have loved this dish if they hadn't died of starvation as I was preparing the duck. I've inserted a video of them enjoying this meal in the past.